Hey everyone, how you doing tonight? I've got a couple of things that I really want to share tonight. And the first thing is this is my, I don't know how to say it. It's my Tii sweater from Hohi. So I'm have part of it. I have one side almost done. And as you As you can see, there's lots of cables up the side, or up the front, and one up the back. Hey, Colleen, how you doing? So as I'm knitting, it's back and forth, and I just have to keep track of all these cables. There's no shaping right now because it's a drop shoulder. And I tend to zone out when I knit. I can't even blame it on anybody that I'm talking to anybody. But there's an easy way, and so then I keep track of my rows so that I know that I do the cable twist and then I knit 9 more rows. So it's a sequence of 10 rows and then I do the cable twist again. So I forget to mark it down. And sometimes I have trouble looking at it and seeing whether it's 8 rows, I've done 8 rows or 10 rows. But there's a very easy way to count. So I don't even mark down things anymore. And I'm going to try something new with the Facebook Live tonight to see if I can show you a video. And we will see. Let's see. I've got, hi, Lisa. Hey, Candace, how are you? Oh, and thank you. She says, I look marvelous. I'll take any compliment I can get. And hi, Roxanne. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can add this to the stream. And if I can talk over, I think you guys can hear me. The bright light will go down when I get my hand closer to it. Let's see. So there's a hole, as you know, when you do a cable, you can put your needle in through the hole. And if you put your needle in through the hole and pick up those bars right next to it and up to the very last one next to the needle, you can count the number of rows that you have done in the cable. Let me show you that again. So, and there's frequently, a purl row off on each side of a very basic cable to offset it. So as you can see, I'm picking up the bar from that stitch. And you make sure you pick up that very last one so you can see my cable twist started on row 1, and then I did 3 more, so I had a total of 4 rows done. So let me see. Okay, here's my actual sweater. Let's go back to the beginning. And this has a cable on each side. So first I find the hole. And I can make this, I can make it just a little bit bigger. I don't know if you can see it bigger or not. 2. And make sure you pick up that very last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've done 6 rows. And I'm just going to show you on the other side of the cable on the other side. And again, just stay right close. This one has kind of a funny little thread on the bottom of the hole, but you can distinguish that when you do your own. And you see I'm right next to the cable. And it better be 6 because it's the same row. So I hope that helps you with cables. I know it does me because like I say, I zone out and I don't know what I've done. That happens to me a lot. Let's see. So anyway, so I'm almost done with one side of this sweater. And if any of you are thinking of making it, I'm going to try something when I put it together. And we will see. I already discussed it with Marianne. Marianne's making it with me too. And we're going to try to maybe alter it just a little bit. Now, of course, Renata found another sweater that I'm going to have to make. And let me share that one with you. It's also out of Mudna Heathers. Well, it will be out of Mudna Heathers. Let's put it that way. I want to share my screen, and I want to share this one. And it is called Sweet Gum and Vansalus, maybe? Jane Vansalus. Anyway, it would be out of 2 colors. Comes in plenty of sizes. And it's going to be 2 yarns held together. I will probably not be on an 8. I'm working on the swatching right now. Hold on. I'm working on the swatching right now, and usually when I do a swatch, it's because I'm still playing with it yet, but I usually put in purl stitches so I know what my needle size was when I go back to it. And let me see, Old Eyes. I am on I hate it when the crimp is right in the middle of the size. I think I'm on a 9 right now, and I think that's what the size is going to be. Yes, I'm on a US 9, so that's what I think it's going to be, and I'm going to be doing these 2 colors. So I think that'll be fun. I haven't used this color yet, and I do have more colors on order of Mudna Heather, so I'll let you know when those come in. Still working on my socks. I haven't worked on them very much, but I have something else to share. Let's see. Now, how do I share this? Hold on. I wanted to share some pictures. You know what? And maybe just don't look behind me. Everybody, close your eyes. Don't look at my mess. Don't open them until I tell you. Okay, you can open them now. There's a new issue of Nomadic Knits that will be on the newsstand on March 25th. I'm just getting the copies in now. And this one, and if any of you are familiar with Nomadic Knits, they usually travel different places and do a really fun magazine highlighting wool, highlighting maybe not necessarily wool, but usually mostly wool, but fibers of that particular area. And sometimes favorite foods and some other kind of fun things, so that if you happen to be traveling to an area, it's a fun magazine booklet to have. They had done one from New York State earlier. I think that was issue number 2, and they're out of that one, but they're thinking of redoing it again. And there was a sweater out of I think it was out of Hudson. I'm not sure. It might have been out of Mudna. I don't remember, but there was a sweater in it. Anyway, this is issue number 11, and they decided not to travel for this one. They kind of wanted to take a break, and they decided they are upstate New York girls, and they decided to do some patterns from upstate New York. And I had remembered that they had I had sent them some yarn at their request a while ago, and I had totally forgotten about it. And they wrote the nicest article in the magazine, and nice hats and thrummed slippers out of Hudson. And of course, I don't have very much of the blue, but I have other colors of huts and a couple skeins of the blue. But I love the hats and I love the slippers. So in between my two sweaters, I am going to be making these as a break. I know, Candace, don't you love those slippers? I think they're thrummed. So they are thrummed. For those of you that don't know what thrummed means, it means you take little pieces of roving. And I'm not sure, I haven't really read the pattern yet to see if they took roving or if they took pieces of the yarn. It looks like roving. And it's worked with a stitch. There's a little technique to it, not very hard. And as you can see inside here, it kind of felts together, so it's going to make them really warm and soft and cuddly. And yeah, I would imagine on the bottom it's going to give you a different kind of oh, I always have to move the opposite way. One of these days I will remember that. Anyway, I don't know if I don't think it'll make it slippery. I think it'll give it a little bit of texture and grip. So, so that's really exciting. So, and I will be putting these on the website. My website is not very up to date, and eventually I'm going to be changing things a little bit, but and I will have them in the shop. I don't have all my coffee shop. March 25th, I should have them all. And if anyone wants to do the thrummed slippers and we want to do it together, we can do that. Anyway, I guess that is it for tonight. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I know there's some others of you out there, but I do appreciate those of you that say hello to me. And I will see you maybe next week again. I always send out late invitations because I'm never sure if I have very much to say, but I usually end up talking too long anyway. So anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you, and have a very, very great evening, and thanks for listening. Good night.